Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for today's CGS webinar. Just a few announcements before we begin. All attendees are in listen-only mode, so if you have any questions during the webinar, please enter them in the Q&A section of your screen. Today's webinar will be recorded and made available for on-demand viewing. Now, I'd like to turn it over to Michael Penchansky, VP Global Business Development at CGS.
Thank you, Monica. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining our webinar. Today, we're going to go through 4 steps to digitally transform your factory floor, which will be brought to you through our product called Blue Cherry Shop Floor Control. We'll have 3 presenters throughout our time together today. We have Mihaela Coapsi, who's our VP of Manufacturing Systems. Myself, Michael Penchansky, Vice President of Global Business Development here at CGS Shop Floor Control, and Joey Knight, who is our Sales Director. CGS, for those of you who are not aware, was founded in 1984. We're a 35-year-old company headquartered here in New York, where I'm actually coming to you from. We have over 7,500 employees globally, 3,500 customers, and a global presence in over 40 countries. The average tenure of our client is over 10 years, and we pride ourselves on these long-term relationships, which results in a client retention rate in excess of 90%. We have 3 pillars of our business here at CGS. We first have our applications division. That's the division that holds our software. We have today's webinar, which is our Blue Cherry Shop Floor Control. We have a leading ERP system, Blue Cherry, PLM system, a B2B system, and some other products as well. We have a learning and applications learning division where we do actually virtual reality type learning. And then we have a full outsource division where we have call centers located around the world. It's very likely at some point throughout your need for support with a company, a cell phone provider, whatever it may be, that you picked up the phone and likely have reached at some point a CGS employee on the other end. We pride ourselves on our client list. We have a very heavy presence in the sewn goods and apparel fashion space. As you can see here is just a banner list of some of our most proud clients. And we continue to grow and evolve this list. And hopefully some of you will find yourselves on here as well. We're looking forward to that opportunity. Today, we wanted to go through some specific industry challenges around manufacturing itself. First and foremost, we want to talk about how we can eliminate time lost to off-standard, non-productive activities. We want to be able to see in real time where our products are across your operation. We want to prevent bottlenecks in the manufacturing process. And very importantly, we want to be able to help our clients manage fair and equitable incentive payroll. So we want to be able to entice the manufacturing side of the business to produce more and to earn accordingly. And we also want to make sure that overall we're able to boost productivity. So how do you bring digital technology to the factory floor in a truly transformative manner? That's what we're going to go through today. And that's what I'm going to turn over to my counterpart, Mihaela, to walk you through some of that process.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, everyone, for joining this afternoon. And I hope you will really enjoy the information we're going to share in the following minutes. Well, to answer to your question, of course, shop floor control technology is key to digital transformation of the fashion and sewn products factory floor. There are information that fashion, apparel, and consumer goods manufacturers will always need to know. Production status, payroll expenses, work in process, employee absenteeism, manufacturing variances, production bottlenecks and delays. All this information and other key performance indicator must be accurate, reliable, and available right when you need to decide and act on important business matters. Without this knowledge, it's very hard to compete. It is tough to keep customers informed, to plan, to see problems, and look for their solutions. In the following minutes, we will look for the recommended 4 steps to digital transform your factory floor. Here we mention explore shop floor control as step number 1. Step number 2, leverage the shop floor control benefits. 3 will be how we measure the shop floor control return of investment. And 4, achieve factory of the future, where we're gonna provide you with few selection criteria to keep in mind when you look for your best fit solution. Step number 1, explore shop floor control. Shop floor control technology is known as production management, piecework payroll, and manufacturing execution software. It offers fashion and consumer goods manufacturers the way to capture, track, analyze, and benefits from valuable production information real time. Latest generation of shop floor control runs over wireless network with touchscreen mobile tablets positioned in each production workstation. Operators use these smart devices to clock in and out, to scan products or bundles, to start tracking their individual productivity. Operators know exactly how they are performing against expectation. They will track progress toward productivity-based incentive pay in real time. With cloud-based application technology, supervisors, managers, and executives access real-time information on production status, workforce utilization, quality performance, payroll statistics from any device, computer, tablet, or smartphone. With the information up to the minute, businesses are able to react very quick to any challenge and to know where to focus their attention. Of course, customers will know they will get immediate and accurate answers about their order status. This is very important. And step number 2, we leverage shop floor control many benefits, because shop floor control provides ways to gain competitive advantage and solve your toughest business challenges. Benefits are originated from greater visibility, control, but as well understanding of production variables with impact beyond the factory. Fast speed, great visibility from shop floor control will influence customer experience, sales, and overall supply chain. Here are the list of benefits we can discuss today. Real-time process and KPI transparency, significant productivity gains, cost reduction and controls, advanced analytics, workforce empowerment, quicker, more effective line balancing, bottleneck prevention or minimization, efficient machine maintenance and repairs, incentive payroll automation, responsive manufacturing, better business decision making, faster identification and resolution of quality issues, support for sustainability and compliance objectives. Step number 3, how we measure shop floor control to deliver ROI. Return of investment, ROI, from shop floor control comes in many forms. There is an increase of operator productivity, 5 to 25%. This increase is corresponding with the ability to earn more revenue in a shorter time period. A decrease of excess labor cost by 10 to 30%, because there is a better control over non-productive and off-standard time. Reduce working process by 10 to 30%. This will trigger early invoicing and payments. Reduce payroll overpayment by 1 to 4%. Printing, handling, payroll cost reducing, as well cost of quality. But perhaps the most importantly, When companies leverage shop floor control technology, they move quickly to evaluate capacity, they can plan and they can size for new business opportunities. The fourth step, how we achieve the factory of the future today. Our recommendation is shop floor control technology, as we said so far, is delivering factory digitization. This connects people to mission critical information about production, operator performance, products, and overall manufacturing base. We recommend few selection criteria for you to keep in mind when you start looking for the best shop floor control solution and for deploying it in your company. We look at the ease of use. There have to be KPIs, operator instructions, the dashboards, and of course, screens to be easy to understand and to be liked by the users. Enterprise scale shop floor control with cloud-based management application. We know multi-plant businesses need enterprise strength shop floor control with functionality to manage all these global locations. Wireless installation, Industry 4.0 readiness, very important in this modern world we are living. Portability and mobility, essential quality for a modern shop floor control. You must ask your provider about Industry 4.0 integration and capabilities to display videos, of course, integration with smart machines. System integration. In this regards, all shop floor control solutions must integrate with costing, engineering, and payroll systems. They must have built-in integrations with ERP, PLM, business intelligence solutions, and must be capable of providing, exporting reports and data in Excel, CSV, or PDF formats. Advanced analytics. In your solution search, be sure you ask about inclusion of BI tools. This will help you to analyze variances, identify patterns, and anticipate many opportunities for your business. Why Blue Cherry shop floor control solution is so important for manufacturers? Here are the key benefits. We say 10 to 30% reduction in excess labor costs. This is proof, and this is proof from our customers. 20 to 50% improve piecework operator performance. 2 to 5% elimination of lost time at the time clock. 1 to 4% reduction in payroll computation errors. And we can continue saying that our Blue Cherry shop floor control system, it's designed to serve any industry. It's, of course, main industry apparel, but any other industries using engineering standards can have benefits from installation of the Blue Cherry shop floor control. Here we can mention footwear, furnitures, automotive, hardware, and lately medical and pharmaceutical. I'll pass over to Joey to give us a few more details regarding this beautiful system we recommend for your factory of the future. Joey?
Thank you, Mihaela, and thanks everyone for being here today and joining us on our presentation of shop floor control for you. Like Mihaela mentioned, we have expanded. The company started out many years ago strictly in apparel for the most part. And now we have expanded into other areas. Like Mihaela just mentioned, several other footwear, caps, pharmaceuticals, furniture as well. So we have expanded our customer base, and like Michael mentioned earlier, we're very proud of that as well. So going forth with that, we have installed over 200,000 of the Blue Cherry shop floor control terminals throughout the world. And we're going to dig a little deeper into that and show you a little bit more about that. Again, 100% reported ROI from our customers within 6 to 12 months. And Mahila touched on that a little bit. That comes from, of course, the big one is increased operating performance. Now, I do want to stress that, and I know a lot of our friends here on this webinar today, you have team manufacturing in your environments. And so the system is designed to handle team production as well as individual production, or a combination of both. So, so the ROIs are there. Everybody wants to do better once they're measured. The reduction in excess labor costs obviously goes hand in hand with increased efficiency. As we talked about earlier, we have been doing this, started out as lead tech many years ago, now Blue Cherry Shop Floor Control. So over 40 years of experience in the manufacturing industry, implementations in 20 countries across the world, and all of our Blue Cherry team has experience in factory manufacturing. So shop floor control customers, we have large customers as well as small. So obviously VF down at the bottom right is our biggest customer, been with us for quite some time now, and we have our solution in all of their factories across North America. But we also have factories such as Canada Goose, or excuse me, companies such as Canada Goose, Star, Comar brand, all big companies that are working with us. But as I mentioned, you do not have to be a large corporation for this system to work for you. We have some customers with as few as 35 operators. So now just want to show you a real quick video. This is just a real quick overview of some of the solutions that we are providing. And we'll take a deeper dive. This video lasts about 1 minute, but we'll do a little deeper dive after the video. So there on the video, you could see the new operator terminals, our smart terminals. We also still offer the classic terminals as well. You saw some of the big screens that we offer now in the supervisor tablets as well. So we'll talk a little bit more about those as we go along. So why is Blue Cherry Shop Floor Control so important to manufacturers? As Mahila touched on, improved line balancing and operator utilization, improved quality, reduction in indirect labor costs, reduction in work in process inventory. We provide 6 standard languages out of the box, and we have the capability of communicating in over 6,500 global languages. And of course, reduction in the cost of payroll computation. And not to mention happier employees. As we all know what turnover can do and what turnover can cost. With a happier group of employees, you lower your turnover and you lower your turnover cost, which can be really excessive. Key benefits: empowered operators are more productive when they are aware of what's going on around them, when they're aware of what they are doing. So they're going to spend more time at the workplace. They're going to spend less time doing things like going to the bathroom or taking water breaks because they can monitor themselves. They're self-monitoring. They use the terminal, as we said, for pacing, and productivity. Said they're more aware of wasted time, less administration time. If you have the old batch system where an operator is having to peel stickers and put them on a sheet and turn the sheet into the office at the end of the day, then it's not scanned maybe until the next morning. All of that information now is in real time, and the operator just simply scans a card, and everything is registered in production and in their daily efficiencies, and working processes updated as well. Shorter training and retraining time, information when they need it, and we said before, improves earnings and lowers turnover. So informed managers, we talked a lot about what it does for the operators. Now let's talk a little bit about what it does for the informed managers, supervisors, and engineers as well. We have this new web-based tool called the Actionable Intelligence Tool that provides real-time analytics, KPI dashboards with a functional drill down. It is a web-based tool, as I mentioned. So no matter where you are in the world, if you want to see what's going on in your factory, you can sign on your tablet, on your phone, on your PC, on your laptop. It supports multiple platforms. So we're gonna show you a few of those screens and a few of those tools for management, supervisors, and engineers as well as we go along. So which departments really benefit from shop floor control? Well, pretty much after it comes to the cutting room, from cutting all the way through finishing, you can see the cutting room here has terminals that they're using for scanning work in and out. The sewing room, individual, as I mentioned, individual and teams. It's used in the dye houses, in garment wash areas, finishing, quality control. The system was created to be beneficial in all of these areas. You saw a little bit on the video of the big screen displays. This is a couple of factories that use the big screen displays. And if you have or have ever had whiteboards in your factory, pretty much this is whiteboards on steroids. This is taking it to the next level. So you don't, first of all, you do not have to have someone going around in the factory taking up production, recording it on a whiteboard anymore. So the big screen displays are going to be placed. Most of our customers place them in each section or each unit, and it just provides summaries for the team, such as efficiencies, on standard and overall efficiencies, attendance, how many people are in an off standard mode right now, and what is their current status as far as how many people are in working in the team. The shop floor control dashboard that we mentioned earlier. So this is a manager sign on here where they can. This is the screen that the manager will see of every department in the factory. This would be seen on a tablet or on a PC or a laptop. Or your phone, as I mentioned. So the KPIs showing are your attendance, how many people are absent. If you have the machine module, how many machines are running, how many are not running, what is your production so far today, and what is your efficiency. Now, one of the really cool things about it, it will actually tell you what styles are running in that department. So there's no having to go out and do a physical check if you get a call from a customer wanting to know the status of their work. So if you do a little bit of a drill down, the system will tell you, okay, you've got 26, in this case, 26 employees clocked in, 11 people absent. Again, it recaps your efficiency overall. But then something that's really important to all of us and all of us that have ever worked in a factory is your time utilization. How many hours have you spent in an on standard mode and how many have you spent in an off standard mode? And the breakdown of that. How many hours have you spent for waiting on work, or how many hours have you spent for needles breaking? Those types of things are all detailed and all kept for you as the manager, so that you can actually export them to reporting tools if you like. Of course, graphs tells you your production and your target by hour, your quality numbers, 300 in this case, 300 pieces inspected, which found 34 defects, and also your low output performance. So how many people are not producing many units today, so that you can go and do a check, a deeper dive and a deeper check into what's happening. Again, all of it's in real time. You don't have to wait for a report to come out tomorrow to check that. And then also your performance by efficiency. You can check in a low or in a high mode. The system does something that's really neat. I think it is not obviously it's not a design CAD program. So you can't actually draw machines and do layouts and things like that, but it will allow you to simulate a layout. So you can actually put the operators in line as they are actually physically in the line, and you can see the efficiencies of each operator, and you can tell, hey, okay, this operator is feeding the next operator. Okay, we're not going to have a bottleneck there. Or in the case of someone that might be running 100% and the subsequent operator is running 70%, you can see pretty soon we're going to have an issue. We need to check that out. The new engineering tools, I know I'm speaking as someone who used the system for 10 years myself as an engineer. The new engineering tools are fantastic. It's very simple. Of course, obviously the operations can be uploaded from GSD if you have a GSD or a time management system such as GSD. And then you just create your styles, one click, and also modifying styles is very easy as well. Let's say you have a style and you want to just input one more operation because there's an extra operation. It's a very simple click, drag, and drop to create a brand new style. Employee maintenance from an HR standpoint. You can import photos of your employees, all of the pertinent information of that employee. What language do you want the system to speak to that employee in? As I mentioned before, there's several languages out of the box, and you may have different ones in your factory. So you can mix and match, if you will, languages in the factory. It does not have to be all one language. So, and all of the employee information, such as if you do a little bit of a deeper dive into this, it tells you how frequently the operator is paid, what is their base rate. If you have multiple base rates within a factory, it's very easy to set that up as well. So all of these things have been upgraded and made much easier for the customer, for the client. Approvals. I mentioned earlier, this would be similar to an operator, a supervisor, excuse me, having a tablet in their hand. All of this was actually created more or less for mobile management. So if a supervisor needs to make off-standard approvals, they are able to do that from their tablet. So as an example, if an operator is having an issue, as you saw the terminal earlier, they just touch the screen and request a specific off-standard code. And I'm sure all of you know what I'm talking about. So let's say it's breaking thread. The operator would just touch the screen and select breaking thread. The system would immediately begin recording their time in an off standard mode, but the supervisor would actually be able to see that on their tablet. And they could see, okay, this operator needs help. Let me go see what's going on. The operator doesn't have to get up from their machine, go hunt the supervisor or go hunt the service person. They can do all of that through the touch of the screen. And again, the system tracks all of that time for you as a manager. Line balancing, a very important tool. So this is, in this case, what I'm showing you here is one particular line with 6 or 7 operations here. And it is telling you that in this particular line for the day so far, every operator is at least meeting their target or exceeding their target, except for cut tape, cortar cinta. That operator is way behind. So the system, as a manager or supervisor checks this, they can see, okay, I have a problem at this specific operation sequence number 7, job 77. So the system will actually allow you to select that particular job. As the system is a real-time system, it also keeps great historical data. So you could call up that specific operation. The system will tell you every operator in the factory that has performed that job in the past. And it ranks them according to their performance on that job. So this, if you select, let's say you select John, the system will say, okay, based on John's past performance, if you move John for 2.5 hours, you will get your goal on this specific job. Well, that's great. And that's fantastic information to have. But what does it do to the job John is currently on? The system will tell you that as well. So the system will say, okay, if you move John off of, set sleeves for 2.5 hours, this is what your production will drop to in all likelihood. So all based on historical information. So a little case study here from Star, which is based in Sri Lanka, Star Garments, part of Comar, and they have 14 plants with over 8,000 employees, most of which have been equipped with the Blue Cherry shop floor smart terminal, or excuse me, the classic terminal. They're using the classic terminal at Star. They do have some smart terminals as well. So we went back to Star and asked just for some key benefits they've seen from the system. So in a in the case study that we got from them, some of the key benefits they've seen is their management team is able now to make more informed decisions faster and deliver access to the real-time information, and which leads to faster problem resolution, unproductive time reduction, as we talked about, and you're going to see an amazing stat on that here in a moment, better productivity and cost reduction as well. So Star has absolutely seen a huge benefit from the system, and they are actually a great example. As I told you earlier, that you can have team and individual incentive in the same factory. They are a great example of that. And they also run, I know this question may come up, it usually does. Star also runs a combination of bulk bundles, let's say 15 to 20 pieces in a bundle, and they also run single unit processes through their factory. So what are the results that Star saw after the shop floor control implementation? Well, first and foremost, double-digit gains in efficiency. Like Mahila mentioned earlier, anywhere from 5 to 25 to even greater gains in efficiency companies see with the implementation of the system. And again, that is because people can self-motivate now. Nobody ever has to be right there recording everything they're doing because they've got it right in front of them from the terminal. This was one of the most amazing stats for me. Star was able to eliminate 90% of their off-standard time with the use of the system. Just the recording of it, the transparency of it, and the awareness of it. So Star achieved something almost miraculous with that reduction in off-standard time. Obviously, clearer real-time visibility to order status. As we didn't go into a real deep dive into the system, I will tell you there's some things that the system will do for you. I know for myself as an engineer and a manager, being able to just call up the order status on the screen. If a customer calls and says, what kind of delivery are we looking at for this particular order? You can call that up on the screen and the system will tell you how many pieces were cut, how many pieces have currently been completed. And you can give the customer at that time a very clear, concise estimate on when they can expect delivery. And the other thing that Star says they have gained from the system is supervision, management, and operators are all more cohesive now. I will tell you that operators love it. We've had customers in El Salvador and of course Star over in Sri Lanka. They did a real beefed up publicity of the system coming in, and operators really take notice to the fact that the company wants to invest in them and invest in their future. So again, Star, this is a quote from our friend Suku. The real-time data enables people at various levels from production workers to management, make informed versus informal decisions. They can solve issues as they happen. When you make decisions quickly, obviously your productivity goes up. Absolutely. It is a chain reaction. Real-time decision making allows us to make quick decisions in real time. That allows us to solve problems on the spot, and that on-the-spot problem solving ends up reducing off-standard hours. Then you have higher productivity, and higher productivity ends up in a reduction of cost. It's a chain. So today, what we have covered, we've been able to explore the factory of the future and hopefully show you how to leverage and measure and achieve that factory. Different industries, of course, we talked about not just apparel, different industries benefiting from shop floor control to gains, double-digit gains in efficiency, 90% reduction in off-standard time, and clearer real-time visibility to order status, as we talked about. So on behalf of everyone, I would just like to say thank you for spending the time with us today, and I hope everyone has saved up their questions. So we're going to open the floor up now for Q&A.
Thank you, Joey. And thank you, Michael and Mahela. As Joey said, we'll now move to the Q&A portion of today's webinar. So if you have any questions, please feel free to type any questions into the Q&A section of your screen.
All right, we have a few questions coming through here. So I'll ask the first question to Mahela or Joey. What languages will be the system available for? That's from Suchi Shah.
Sure. There are 6 standard languages out of the box: English, Spanish, Portuguese, French, Bulgarian, and Turkish. But the system is capable of communicating in any language. Those are just the 6 standard ones out of the box. Certainly we can work with anyone and any company in any language.
Another question here from Ms. Svetlana. I understand the solution is good when the factory is fully automated, but when there is manual work through the supply chain, how do you digitize the manual input? Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, I can take this answer. So Svetlana, the system works for any workplace in the manufacturing floor. It is not designed for fully automatic manufacturers, but it is monitoring any activity. As you hear in the presentation, any activity, any off standard, communicating real time the information to create the performance indicator from any workstation. And you are saying you have manual work around the floor, which is normal. There you should monitor closely. So you know when the operator clock in, clock out, how long it takes to perform specific operation and increase their efficiency while using the system. It's proper for your use.
Okay, thank you, Mihaela. Can we integrate the system with SAP HANA or any other ERP?
Yes, absolutely. We have ERP integration with through the interface and API.
Are the dashboards customizable?
Yes, the dashboards are customizable. We have a fantastic development team, and they are working constantly upgrading the system, and we can work with you to develop the dashboards. Also, the system comes with a reporting tool, a business intelligence tool, that allows you to create your own reports as well.
Thank you, Joey. Here another question from Jason. Do I need to implement shop floor control for each operator, or can I do it by group or functions, so by cells?
Yes, Jay, so you can apply and install the system as your manufacturing process flow is designed. So if you have workstation individual, you can monitor and install the system for them individual, but as well for group. And very well pointed that by function. Yes, by function works as well. So if you have a group of operators working on a specific operation, then they can be monitored together.
Okay, thanks, Mihaela. A question from Diego Alejandro Munoz. Can shop floor control integrate with the cutting floor to measure cutting productivity?
Absolutely, and this is my favorite topic. Since manufacturers are paying attention to any areas and not too much in the cutting room, our focus and optimization end-to-end of the cutting room increased in the past few months. So we know the cutting room is the goal key for manufacturing, where you can save a lot of money. Yes, we can implement our system using our terminals in the cutting room. As I mentioned before to Svetlana answer, any workstation in the cutting room will have a terminal, and we can monitor the activity, performance, efficiency, and production by workstation. If it is a cutting room with automatic cutters or manual cutter, but as well with a lot of manual work, preparing the bundles, or machines cutting the binding or cutting the tapes, every workstation needs to be monitored, planned, and improve performance using our system. That's the tool for you.
Thanks, Mihaela. Edwin Pierre asks if the software is subscription-based, and if you could get a ballpark amount for 25 workers or less.
Sure, I could answer that. So the software is generally license-based. So we license based on the number of users, number of factories, and a few other criteria such as modules that you may or may not select, and integrations. For instance, we talked about ERP integrations. So it's hard to answer a one-size-fits-all model. However, we would be happy if you reach out to us to evaluate your current needs and put forward structure once we gather a little bit more information about your operation, put together a price structure that would be comfortable for you to be able to move forward with a shop floor solution. It is within reach, I should say, for companies of all size. So we work with companies or manufacturers that have 25 operators, all the way up to those who have, 2,500, 25,000. So we're a one size fits all solution.
Thank you, Michael. Suchi asks, how long is the training and is there a short or long learning curve?
Well, normally we go into a factory and we would have our people training your trainers is how the approach that we normally take. Usually it is around 12 weeks for us to get the system implemented and the operators trained and using the system from a standpoint of scanning the tickets and getting the efficiency information back and getting all your reporting set up. So normally that's around, we're not in your factory for 12 weeks. As I said, we work with your trainers and we leave them with the information. And then we would come back and help monitor the progress.
And I think it's very important, Joey, to this point to mention that in the time of installation, we come in with a project plan for implementation. We have a user guide, well-defined, exactly what is supposed to happen on each workstation, and we provide the trainer approach. So training your group, as you said, from that particular factory, they will then expand to all the sections in the factory as needed. And with our supervision, of course, and closely monitoring, will make sure the success of the implementation.
Thank you, Mihaela. And Jason asks, what ROI can I expect from shop floor control?
Well,
Yeah,
go ahead, Michael.
Go ahead, Joe. So Joey and I can both answer it. I'll tell you that it varies customer to customer. And there was a slide I think Joey went through. The vast majority of our customers will get a full return on their investment inside of a 12-month period. So the system has proven itself time and time again to effectively pay for itself by delivering back a tremendous amount of efficiency that you've seen today.
Wonderful. Shakir asks, how does it synchronize the absenteeism with efficiency and display dashboard?
So I think that question is a combination. Joey, maybe you want to take it on, it sounds like time and attendance meets efficiency.
Sure, absolutely. So basically, as you saw in some of the videos that were in the presentation, the operator comes in the morning. The terminal is located at their workstation, and they come in. They have an employee card. They just tap the reader, and they're clocking immediately. They don't go and stand in line at a time clock. And then as the work travels through the factory, based on the engineered standards that you have in your factory, each job would be located on either an RFID tag or a barcode. And when the operator scans that tag, the terminal knows which job to pull from that tag, and everything is updated in real time. Efficiencies, production, work in process tracking, all of those things, quality, all those things are updated in real time and immediately available for reporting purposes.
Thanks, Joey. So are the dashboards customizable? That's Kung Shubu asking the question.
You answer already, yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
it is customizable.
Yes.
Or,
Yes.
okay, wonderful. And I think that's all the questions that we have today for you guys. And so thank
Wonderful.
you, everybody, for attending.
Yes, thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
And this webinar was recorded, and we will send the recording to all the attendees. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.